That'll be all for today, fellas. All right, Charlie, that's all for today. Come on, Len, give a hand.
Are you still holding out, Elliot?
I don't want to hear anything more about it.
We can be in and out of that North Fork bank in 15 minutes. It's a cracker box.
Still aim to go through with it.
Are you going? A simple yes or no?
No.
You want to change your mind?
Hey, Charlie, this fool is acting like he wants to kill me.
The Rifleman. Starring Chuck Connors.
You know, Paul, I've been thinking.
What about?
Well, I've been wondering about how it would be if I became a surveyor.
A surveyor, huh? Well, that's a worthy calling.
Yeah, and when you're a surveyor, you get to see the whole country. Not only that, but Elliot says that when you just finished a job and you see that train coming along that railroad track, boy, you feel like a part of history.
Well, I hadn't thought of it that way, son. That makes good sense.
Well, you think so, Paul? For me?
Oh, I sure. Of course, I always had it in my head. When you were growing up, you and me, we'd be partners.
Oh, well, sure, Paul. I always thought so, too. Only I gotta grow up someday.
Now, look, son, man's got to lead his own life. So when you bring this milk over to the boys, why don't you ask them a few questions? You know, like, what do you have to do to be a surveyor? What's a good surveying school? How long does it take? You know, things like that.
Well, that's a good idea. I think I'll do it.
I thought I told you to lay that ladder down.
Well, the pack rats are gonna get up in the hayloft anyhow, Paul.
Well, sure, but there's no use sending them an engraved invitation. Here you are, son.
Oh, and Paul, Elliot says he doesn't know what they'd have done if it hadn't been for me bringing them fresh milk each morning.
Sure, but today you better carry it over. Last time you rode it over, you only got there with half a pail.
Sure, Paul.
Big smile for the townspeople. Beautiful morning, Mrs. Pritchett. How's the arm, Mr. Hamilton? Healing all right?
Oh, it's coming along fine. Your salary drafts came through this morning with my weekly shipment.
Your money always arrives on time, doesn't it?
Hasn't been late yet. You know, we're all hoping your survey results in the main line passing through North Fork. It'd mean a lot to us.
Man proposes, Mr. Hamilton, heaven disposes.
Well said. Oh, shall I hold this for Elliot till he comes into town?
No need to. I'll take it.
He went back to Chicago.
Oh?
Yes, an unfortunate death in the family. He picked up the stage at Willow Springs.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
You mind cashing this along with yours?
Will you have a cigar?
No, I don't smoke.
No minor vices. That's about it. How long will it take you to finish your survey?
Oh, I think we'll be finished on Monday if the weather holds.
So soon?
Yes, we've had a very good stay here, Mr. Hamilton.
We've enjoyed having you, sir.
Thank you. I tell you, Hamilton didn't suspect a thing. It's natural, a death in the family.
Well, I didn't know you prepared to tell about Elliot so cold.
Well, it's the truth, isn't it? I like to tell the truth.
Now I don't feel right about doing a job tomorrow.
Why? Because it's Sunday, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, that's the way we planned it.
Yeah, but you want luck to be on your side. We never pulled a job on the Sabbath before.
Oh, now that's rich, Charlie. I swear that's rich. What, are you afraid you won't get into heaven? Howdy, Mark. Did you bring the milk?
Yes, sir.
That's a good boy.
What have you been doing, Mark?
Oh, well, I went inside and started reading one of your surveying books. Guess I fell asleep.
Did we wake you up riding in?
Oh, no, I didn't even hear you. I just woke up. Is Elliot around? I wanted to talk to him.
He went back to Chicago.
Oh. Well, when is he coming back?
I don't guess he will, Mark. You see, we're moving out of here next week, and Elliot's going to pick us up out west from here. Can we do anything for you?
No, thanks. Did he tell you to say goodbye to me or anything?
Oh, he sure did. He felt awful bad he couldn't say it himself. You see, he had to leave here kind of sudden.
Well, I'd better be getting home then. So long. You still think it doesn't mean anything, Paul?
But you said you were asleep, son.
I know, but, well, it was our arguing that woke me up.
Oh, men alone, they get on each other's nerves.
Yeah, but this was different.
How different?
Well, I don't know how to say it. Well, I had this feeling that Len wanted Charlie to do something, and Charlie knew that he shouldn't do it.
Well, that could be with Elliot gone. Len's head man, and it irks Charlie.
Well, maybe so. I had this feeling that Elliot was having trouble with him.
What kind of trouble?
Well, as if he didn't trust him or something.
Look, Mark, I have to ride over in that direction anyway. Maybe I could just stop by and look into it.
Oh, would you, Paul?
Sure. But right now, let's get rid of this washing.
Well, let's hurry. Find out anything, Paul?
Not a thing, son. Any coffee left?
Sure.
Well, don't you feel better about it now?
Yeah, except I got to thinking while you were gone. There's something else.
Something you didn't tell me?
Yeah. I just was waking up from sleeping, and they were a little ways from the tent. But it was about what they were talking. Well, it was about Sunday. As if they were cooking up something for Sunday, and Charlie didn't want to do it.
Well, I'm sure that can be explained very easily, son.
What?
Well, with Elliot gone back east, they're shorthanded. Len probably wanted to go to work and get the job done so they can move out in the first of the week.
Well, the way they sounded, it just couldn't be about surveying on Sunday.
All right, Mark. Exactly what did they say?
Well, I told you, Paul, I couldn't hear exactly. Well, I'd just been sleeping, and they were too far away from the tent.
You can't judge a man by the tone of his voice, Mark.
Well, just the same, whatever they were arguing about doing wasn't right. I know it.
Mark, I've done everything I can to satisfy you. Let's forget it, huh?
But tomorrow's Sunday.
Yes, tomorrow's Sunday, and the thing for you and me to do is to go to church. What are you doing, Mark?
Oh, I'm saddling my horse.
Don't you think I can see that?
Oh, I'm going on a ride.
Now, you've got more sense than that riding around at night. Sorrel could break his leg in a gopher hole.
Well, I'll be careful, Paul, but there's something I gotta do.
Like riding over to the surveyor's camp?
Well, Paul, you gotta let me do it.
Mark, we've been all through it.
But Paul, I still believe that they're gonna do something.
Mark, I think you were dreaming in that tent. You're pretty good at it. You remember the time you fell asleep on a log pile? And when you woke up, you started yelling the house was on fire?
Yeah, I remember.
And you remember the time you fell asleep and when you woke up, you thought the hired hand had
I remember, Paul. But this is different, honest.
Son, I think you better turn in.
You don't believe me.
Oh, I didn't say that. It's just that in this instance,
Good night, Paul.
Hello, Mark. Time to get up.
Breakfast is ready.
Sorry I got your feathers ruffled last night, son. I don't mean to be so rough on you. Guess I was kind of on edge myself. Come on, son. Let's forgive and forget.
Again.
Easy does it.
But we told him we were working today.
Just leave it to me.
My boy come by here this morning?
Mark? Why? No, he hasn't.
He usually brings the milk. What happened?
Nothing. He got up before I did. Guess he went for a ride. Thought you boys were working today.
Well, McCain, Charlie 1, we're laying off today.
Driving to church, huh? Well, if Mark does come by, will you tell him I'm looking for him?
Sure will.
Thank you. And you remember the time you fell asleep and when you woke up you thought the hired hand had...
I remember, Pa. But this is different, honest. You don't believe me.
Check the street.
Hello, Micah.
Morning, Lucas.
Hey, Micah, can you do me a favor?
Why, sure. What is it?
You going to church?
That's right.
Well, if you see Toomey, will you tell him I'm picking up the bridle he was fixing for me and dropping off my other one?
I'll be glad to.
You won't forget, huh, Mike?
No, but what's the emergency?
There's no emergency. I just have to use it as an alibi for coming into town.
Where is Mike?
Well, you see, Micah, Mark ran away from home.
Mark, he did?
Well, he came back all right. When I left home, he was hiding up in the hayloft.
You're giving him time to come down on his own.
That's part of it. Now, Micah, you ever run away from home?
What kid hasn't? Well, I remember once my dad gave me a good larpin', and I decided I had to get even with him some way, so I took out. Well, after tramping long enough in the heat until my tongue was kind of hanging out, I decided I wasn't getting near as even with my pa as much as I was punishing myself more. So I just turned around and went back. And what's more, I knew that all I'd get for my trouble was another good larpin'.
Did you?
Huh?
Did you get another larpin?
No, but I kind of wished I had. Instead, Pa let me in the house and had everybody treat me as though they didn't even know I'd been away. Kind of took the wind right out of my sails. Say, you not coming to church this morning?
What'd your pa whip you for in the first place, Mike?
Oh, there was some apples missing from the barrel. I told him I didn't take them, but he once caught me stealing some, so he didn't believe I was telling the truth this time. And say they're closing the doors. I'll tell Toomey you're going to pick up your bridle.
Micah, did you swipe the apples?
No, Lucas boy, I didn't.
It was about Sunday. As if they were cooking up something for Sunday and Charlie didn't want to do it.
Get out of sight, quick.
He's gone. So long.
Just a little more time and I'll have it.
You said you could open it like an eggshell.
Look, I'll have it in just a minute.
Let's go wait for the marshal.
No, don't shoot. Don't shoot.
Come on. Walk easy. I'm glad you found something to eat, son.
Where have you been?
Well, I rode into town, picked up the bridle Nels was fixing for me.
Oh.
By the way, Mark, you were right about those surveyors.
What do you mean?
Well, they tried to rob the bank a little bit ago. That's what they were figuring on doing on Sunday.
Well, that's great.
It's great. That they tried to rob the bank?
Well, you know what I mean.
Of course I do, son.
I'm sorry, Paul. Well, I know I shouldn't have run away, but I thought that...
No need to explain, son.
Did you miss me?
Did I miss you? Let me put it this way. I love you more than anything else in the whole world.